Welcome to your final criminal law exam. Your last chance to convince me that you deserve to graduate. Now, in your packets is your client's file. You have 10 minutes to review the case, come up with a defense, and argue against me. Whoever comes up with the best defense wins this. The 64K C&G bonus that no one won last semester.
If either of us wins, we'll split the money.
When I win, I'm keeping that money for me.
Now, I will pick names to determine the order. Once someone tries a strategy, it's off the table for good.
So the person who goes last has more time to know the case.
It's as unfair as the American justice system. Now, today's case is a conspiracy to murder. The client is a famous, powerful, legendary woman. Her name, Snow White. The prosecution alleges that Miss White manipulated the 7 dwarfs to push her stepmother, the queen, over a cliff. Miss White claims that the dwarfs acted alone. Now, the rest of the details are in your packets. Your 10 minutes start now. Time's up. Our first victim is Mr. Maddox. You have 3 minutes.
A conspiracy is an agreement between 2 or more people to commit a crime. But the nature of this agreement, to kill a queen, it's a matter of Snow White's word versus an informant's. Now, if I want the jury to acquit my client, they need to hear her side, which is why my strategy is to put Snow White on the stand. Rookie mistake.
Most defense lawyers advise their clients to avoid testifying.
Snow White's likable. She's smart, friendly. It would be really hard for a jury to believe she'd ever conspire to murder anyone.
But once she's up there, you can't control what she'll say.
It's a necessary risk.
Just like you taught us day 1 of our first year of law school, I found a better suspect than Snow White for this murder.
Kind of basic going to your 1L days, isn't it, Miss Pratt?
Basic or obvious? I'm just surprised that none of you other 18 people came up with this other suspect. Snow White's father, the king.
He framed his own daughter.
Yes.
What evidence can you present the jury?
The statistic that 30,000 women worldwide are killed by intimate partners every year. The king also had power and money to command his henchmen to do his bidding and keep their mouths shut after. Power is how you form a viable conspiracy.
This is all circumstantial inference.
Doesn't matter. We're convincing a jury, and regular folks love to believe that the most successful people, elites, if you will, are hypocrites. Whether it's true or not, the jury will believe that the rich husband did it, just so that their lives don't seem so small by comparison.
Even after every single one of your defenses. So if I was on the jury, I would have no choice but to convict Miss White.
There are at least 20 convincing defenses on that board.
Not according to me.
So you're gonna fail all of us?
I didn't say that, but I definitely don't think that anyone earned this. Maybe I should just keep this check for myself.
Well, that was never mentioned as an option.
Well, I didn't think I would be the only one to figure out this twist in this case. After all these years, you think that I wouldn't have a trick up my sleeve for your final exam? Think. Who can tell me what you all missed? Fine, hint. The queen did it.
The queen killed herself? There's no evidence of that.
I didn't say she killed herself.
But she's the victim. Dead.
Is she?
OMG. There's no body.
Explain.
In the case study, it says the dwarves pushed the queen off the cliff, but not that anyone ever found a body.
Meaning?
She faked her death and framed Snow White.
And that's the best defense I've heard all day. Mr. Millstone, come and get your check.